Well, I just got my microbe electrifier. I got a few of these actually. This is another one I bought. And actually, I never bought the regular one. I always got the combination units before. I never got a regular one. And he comes from Ecuador. Mike's originally from Texas. Very honest. This package was wrapped up very well. A lot of cushioning. Comes registered and insured. So if you're afraid of ordering from overseas, very honest person. You know, you can see all the stamps on there. So anyway, the device came in, and I took, you take the back of it off, the plate. There's like 4 screws, right? Now, I put these 9.6 volt paintball batteries in them. They last about as long as as long as alkaline batteries, because standard rechargeable batteries don't last that long because they're 8.4 volts, but these are 9.6. Now, it sounds like there's too much voltage, but actually, if you look at an alkaline battery and you measure the original when it first comes out, like a Duracell or an Eveready Energizer, it's actually about 10.2 volts. So these 9.6 volt batteries that are rechargeable, they last a real long time. You can use them over about 500 times. And now his device comes with the leads with the 2 cloth strips, and 2 wristbands or ankle bands. Now, I like using it wrist to wrist or ankle to ankle. And also these pads for going through a wider area. You can use these in conjunction with a weight belt, and you can actually zap through the torso. Now, I'm going to state something like a lot of people use this device in conjunction with the Beck protocol. And I'm going to show the other side of it after I put the lid on here for a second. Just hold on a second. I'll be right back. Well, I'm going to explain to you why actually I think this is the best device actually out there, period, bar none, for using the Beck protocol. First off, you have this test light here, this green, and you see how it blinks back and forth when I press this. And the red light's coming on because it would just be the battery light. The red light's coming on. It's another indicator light to make sure you're getting a proper amount of electricity. And so like when the batteries are low, you'll know. Now, like I said, I use these 9.6 volt rechargeables. They will last a long time. Now, the other thing is, on Soda Instruments, and I have no financial affiliation with Bioelectric who sells this at all, okay? I'm just an end user. It's just my opinion. But on Soda Instruments, it does conform exactly to the Beck current, but there's one battery. I just can't imagine it lasting for as long as you want, or being able to treat large areas if you want to use these pads and stuff. Actually, when Beck made this device, he used 3 or 4 batteries. He had 2 designs, one with 3 batteries and one with 4. So I don't know. I would use this one. Actually, I think this is the best one going. And the other thing is this indicator light. Now, you notice I have it on my wrist here. Now, I'm using a little stainless steel strip that, you can use it like this with the cloth, and the alligator clip clipped inside of it with the cloth against the skin, and this is wet with tap water. I use a stainless steel strip in there. It's like, I showed another video how to make these. You can make these stainless steel strips from a pair of tongs that you use to pick up like few food. You can get a pair of tongs for like 97 cents, and you can make like a dozen pairs of stainless steel strips to insert in there. I just do that because after a real long period of time, and I'm talking months and months and months of use, these alligator clips get a little rust on them from touching a wet cloth. And so when you use a stainless steel strip, it just clips onto the stainless steel, and the alligator clips last forever. Okay? I mean, that's just my deal. But I use this a lot. Now, the one thing is, when you turn this on, he's got it where, like, if you turn this volume down, you see the red light? It's barely on. You turn it up, it gets into the range of the patent that kills microbes. Now, actually, I would put it up where the light is almost just going off or all the way. To tell you the truth, I'm not, it's a little sketchy as to exactly how much current was actually required to kill microbes. Like, in other words, this kills microbes in this range for sure. But you might want to go further than that. It's because I think Beck might have actually had this where it was pulsing hard. and you feel a little bit of a pulse. So, you might want to experiment with it. But the beauty of this is if you break a lead or something, because I exercise with this on, you can always like turn it back down like this and check the connectivity, the conductivity. Everything's working fine, Now, the other thing is, this has the original 4 hertz cycles, which is the actual original device from Dr. Beck. Now, you have it on 10 hertz. You can put it on 10 hertz. And the reason is with 10 hertz, you'll have less problem of the blood being sensitive for absorbing herbs and medicines too fast. Because the blood can possibly become a little bit more sensitive to absorbing nutrients, herbs, and caffeine or medicines too quickly. It actually makes the blood where it can actually it's a very temporary condition. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens in some people. But if you use the 10 hertz setting, you still get the microbe inhibiting type of setting, but you don't have that. You have less problems with transfection. Or you can use it on 40 hertz and have virtually no problems with transfection. Now, if you're using this to experiment with, to treat some type of viral infection or anything, I would personally turn this up more and use it ankle to ankle. Start out at 15 minutes a day, go to like 20 minutes a day, and work up to like a few hours a day, or even like if you don't feel any problems with it, use it overnight or something. And I've noticed when I was using this, I have a major energy increase, and I'm cardioing a lot more with great ease, 3 hours a day. And it's not my imagination, so there's another feature about this. They had, it's almost like people could, I realize that a medical professional would look at this video and say, "Oh yeah, sure," but I don't know. I could just tell you what it seems to do with me. It seems to give me a lot more energy. But there was one side effect to this, actually using this device a lot, is that it seems to unclump the red blood cells, so your body produces more ATP, which is like the energy going in and out of the cells. So, I don't know. And actually, if you look at some other studies about cell phones and wireless technology, when you're on a cell phone, it seems to clump the red blood cells together. This seems to unclump them. So, I don't know. I can just tell you from what it seems like to me, what it does. It seems like I have a hell of a lot more energy since I use this, so I'm going to keep using it. But I use it mainly overnight, and I use it during cardio. And I like having this indicator light where it's hooked up right. So, but, I might actually vary it where it's like near the maximum, where the light just about goes off, and also bring it all the way up. Now, I've been using this a while, so I figure that it's probably, I'm not having any problems where I'm having like die off or anything like that. So, I turned it up quite a bit now. So, but, if you started out using this and say you want to use the Beck protocol, this is the device to get. You want to have it where you're using these 2 wristbands, one in each wrist or each ankle. Actually, ankle to ankle is much, much better. You want to actually maybe turn this up all the way on 40 hertz or 10 hertz, take some herbs, and use it for a few hours. And, you can always check to make, I would recommend you turn it up where you feel it thumping, like full power. And back it off every once in a while to make sure you got a good connection. But if you feel it thumping, you got a good connection. It's working. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes on the ankles, when you have this up all the way, you don't feel it thumping. Like I could feel it thumping a little bit on the wrist. It's not burning skin or nothing, but I can feel it thumping a little bit when it's cranked fully up. And I got 9.6 volt brand new rechargeable batteries in there. So, but this is the one I would say to get this one versus like Soda Instruments or anything that you use on the same wrist. This indicator light, where at least, maybe you don't want to have it half, I guess this is okay to use like this too. I mean, I'm not sure. But I think if you're actually trying to nail something hard, it's a problem, you might want to turn it up all the way. And you also got this battery checker light, which is awesome. Because, you know, when the batteries go, they just go all at once. And, you know, if you're going to be wasting your time to do a few hour session, you want to make sure the wires are hooked up right, you get into zapping, and the batteries are in full charge. So basically this light tells you if the batteries are not at a strong enough charge to give you get you through your session. But with 4 batteries in this thing, and actually his price is under, you know, a lot of them too. So I think it's a great device. So highly recommend it. And actually, I like to hear more from people who use it, and, you know, see what, you know, how it affects different things. But, you know, like I said, use it ankle to ankle. Don't use that same wrist stuff, because it's too easy to go from this part to this part and have the electricity just jump across here. Just a little bit of sweat or just a little bit of water, and you're not getting electricity deep into the veins. When you're going, especially when you're going ankle to ankle with these wristbands set up like this, one in each ankle, then you are really zapping a hell of a lot more blood. So, you know, and, you know, it's just my opinion. You know, I'm not sure what Beck actually did. He probably turned this thing way the hell up. I'm assuming so. So, you know, you might want to have it like when it's up a lot most of the time, and every once in a while back it off, check it, make sure the connection's there. Because in my common sense mind, when you have this thing up all the way, you probably are zapping a lot more area. You know, it's probably getting into other tissues and everything else. So, but anyway, I just got this from Ecuador. I got several of these. I think he's got the best deal. I think this is the best microbe Electrifier going. And you know, if you're afraid to have water from overseas, it's not a problem. You know, if you're ordering from Australia, you're ordering from Canada, you're ordering from the UK, you know, he packs them up good. They come insured, registered, everything's fine. So, you know, the device works perfect.